Welcome, everyone. This is Old and New Money Podcast. One of the things that we love to do is we love to feature our young fighters here in the Bay Area. Lucky for us, we have a fantastic fighter, RENO, IBARRA, out of Newark. You can find him on Instagram, reno.nwk. So Reno's a 22-year-old fighter. We met him destroying fools, literally destroying fools, laughing his ass off. And after, I really enjoyed it. You know what I'm talking about, right, Reno? Let's get straight to that fight. Because when I saw you, I was like, ooh, this motherfucker's bad boy. I love his style. So let's talk about that end part. After you choked him out, and we'll talk about the whole fight, but let's go jump to the best part. After you choked him out, what'd you do to the guy?
So he has this little thing that he does. It's like when they announce his name that he like shoots them right with his hands. Oh. So I decided like up to the fight, I was like, all right, if he does it to me, I'm gonna do it to him once I beat him. So then once they announced his name, I kind of like, I usually don't really focus on them too much, but I kind of looked up and I saw him and I was like, all right, motherfucker. Yeah. All right. So then once I did that, I got up and I did it to him. I did it twice. I did it to him while he was walking away, and then I made sure that he saw me do it, and then I did it back to him. And then that's when that whole thing sparked off, and we just kept going back.
You're being so humble, brother. Let me tell you, for those, hopefully we're going to put your fight, a little clip on there so you see this part. When my boy here triangled his opponent, he got up and he started kind of dancing in his face. He started going bap, 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 like dancing in his face. He was like, what? Right? I was just like, my boy's going off on him, and he started doing it again. And I was like, dang, this is something personal or something like that. And I was like, man. So he did that gun thing. Was it just that, or you guys have some previous engagement or a little?
No, the previous engagement that we had was that, so when I went in, I weighed in on the pro scale, because there's like the pro scale and the amateur scale. So when I weighed in on the pro scale, I was 135. Okay. But then when I weighed in on the amateur scale, I was 132. So then when he weighed in on the amateur scale, he was 143. So I knew, all right, so obviously the amateur scale isn't fully calibrated. Yeah. So obviously he's more than 143.
He missed weight by 7 pounds. He made me sit there and struggle. He lost all my respect when he decided not to take this seriously. I'm chasing my dream here. So if you don't want to chase it, you need to not get in this cage. I understand, man.
So at that point, the camp, like, I was just kind of like, this dude ain't taking this shit seriously. So it kind of made me upset, because I'm like, I'm over here fucking in the sauna, fucking sweating it off, trying to get to 135. And then my coach, Daniel Compton, he made him go outside and start running, because he's like, he came in like, like it was nothing. Like, I'm going to be 143 on a title fight, 135. So he went back outside, he started running. Then he came back in and barely got down to 141. So it was like, he wasn't even really trying. Yeah. So they ended up making him go in the bathroom and strip, get naked. And then he weighed in, but they didn't even tell me his final weight. All I know was the camo, they won't fight if you're over like 10 pounds apart. Okay. So I'm guessing it was either 10 pounds or just a little bit before 10 pounds. So at that point, I was like, this motherfucker I ain't got no respect for him. Yeah, so I showed him that after the fight.
Yeah, no, we saw that. I was laughing my ass off, bro. I was literally laughing my ass off. You said that again, the camo.
What's about the weight difference? Yeah. So what I was told was, if like two fighters, like let's say it's supposed to be 135, if I weigh 135, which I did, but I weighed 135 on the pro, but on the amateur it was 132, and he weighed 143 on the amateur, so it was 10 pounds apart, so they wouldn't sanction the fight. So the fight was going to be off unless he decided to cut it, or unless I decided to go up, make it a catch weight of 140, which SF Combat, they offered me that. They said, they gave me options. They said option one was you can go up to 140, it'll be a catch weight, it'll still be for that title, and you guys will both be eligible for that title. Or you can do option two, to where you keep it at 135. It's going to be that he misses weight, and regardless whether he wins or loses, he ain't getting that belt. So I was just kind of like, I just wanted to say fuck you any way I could. Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to stay at 135, and either way, he's going to know mentally that he ain't getting that belt. Yeah. So it's pretty much what I did, and then, yeah.
That's clean, bro. Yeah. So how long, talk about that fight. How long did he have in time as far as preparation time? How many weeks did he get ahead of time before you knew you were going to fight this guy? And did you pick your opponent? Do you kind of know who's coming? Did you kind of pick him at time?
Before this fight, I would
I don't like this dude.
Nah, before this fight, I would. Because before this fight camp, I was the one reaching out to promoters, and I was like, hey, y'all want to get on your card? But this fight camp, I joined Smash Fighter. So from now on, it's Coach Rudy. He goes out and he handles who I'm fighting. So I didn't really get a say who I was fighting, nor do I care. I've said in all my fights, anyone that can make 135, I'm going to smoke you. So he signed it. and that was pretty much it. But he knew about it about 6 to 7 weeks out. So that's why I was kind of like, you knew 6-7 weeks out and you still couldn't make 135.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, those type of fighters, I don't want to say. I want to tell you something that happened with this guy, right? So when I saw when I saw your highlights, right? Because follow this man on Instagram, Reno.nwk. I saw that you smoked the guy, and I was like, wait, that's the guy that was supposed to be on our podcast, and he didn't show up. He just confirmed everything. Yeah. So when you smoked him, I was like, yeah, let's get this guy. Let's get this guy on the podcast. Give this guy his shine, right? And so I understand.
You had skin in the game.
Yeah, me, I was like,
good.
I don't like flaking, so I don't like people flaking on me. You know, you got to honor your word, right? Palabra de hombres, you know? So when he did that, I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. So when you're saying that this guy missed weight, bro, he missed an opportunity to be in front of a bunch of people. You know, get his shine off. Because one of the things that I like to do, me and Cristobal talk about this all the time.
By the way, Big Benny's in the house.
What's up,
Saludos.
Big time Benny.
Big time Benny.
What's up, brother? So one of the things that we love to do is promote young fighters, because I really believe that you guys are probably the epitome of what masculine man is, right? You know how to fight, you work, you have a job, you're loyal, you're disciplined, you ain't stabbing no one in the back, but you put in that work and you understand the fight, and it's a fight. Once it's done and we shake hands, right? What do you feel is the most impressive thing about a mixed martial artist?
I kind of, the reason why I got into it was I just feel like it's the most normal gladiator type of thing, like how you were saying about man. I think that's the best way to prove that you're the man, you know? Like, there's no other way. You could have more money than someone, that's cool, you know? You could be born into money. You know, you could go off, do other stuff, but I really feel like with fighting, it's really, you're stepping in there. It's not a team sport where if it's football, basketball, you could blame, like, the quarterback, you could blame the coach, or you could blame whatever teammate you want, saying that's the reason why we lost. But in the end of the day, when you go out and fight, is you and that person, and it's whether you can, like, you know, go through that storm of, like, that mental capacity, because I feel like a lot of fighting is a lot more mental than actually fighting itself. So I feel like it helps me push, and that's what I enjoy about it, is like, all right, let me get those emotions in my body, let me keep pushing, let me see what my body can do.
Now, when you were fighting, it didn't seem you were too emotional. It seemed like you released that emotion after you won. Do you think you're an emotional fighter, or at times, have you gotten emotional during some fights? Do you feel that at times, or what?
I don't feel like I'm an emotional fighter. I feel like there is emotion in fighting, because through that fight camp, you know, you deal with every fighter deals with injuries, whether it's minor or major. You got to deal with, like, family situations. You got to deal with work. You got to deal with, like, you know, life as it is. So obviously there's an emotion. I'm a human being, you know, so I'm always have that emotion. But when I get into that fight and I get that fight week, I get more numb, you know. I understand my mentality of it is when I go into that cage, like, it's life or death. I'm either going to walk out and go back to my girl and we're going to go back home, you know, or I'm going to die in that cage. So I kind of let go of that emotion. The only emotion that I have is if one of us is going home to go eat, and it's going to be me. So when I release at the end, because all my fights I always get, I've released that emotion, right?
Of course.
And it's kind of like, it's a relief, you know. It's like, all right, I beat him, because if this was back in the day, that ref wouldn't be there. You'd be dead.
Correct.
I'd kill you. So I see it as like, all right, that's my way of like you know, just releasing whatever I didn't get to release in that fight.
You said a big thing, right? Like, you can have all this money and whatever, but one thing you can never be taken away from you is, I can beat your ass. You can have all this money in this world, but if you don't know how to fight, what's the value in you not being able to defend yourself?
Yeah, I agree.
You know? And so you got into this mixed martial artist. At what age?
I got in when I was about 12 or 13.
And what art were you practicing?
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah. I feel that every single martial artist should start out with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Why?
I think it's the hardest thing. You can't master it. There's no one in this world that has mastered Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. There's always something new to learn, new technique, you know, new move, new leverage, new point. I feel like with stand-up, I'm not saying it's easy, because by all means it's not easy to master, but it's something that you can get the hang of, you know. I kind of see it like Habib, you know. Habib, he focused just straight wrestling, grappling. That took him to the top, you know. His striking, you see his striking in the UFC, wasn't too bright, you know. It wasn't too crazy.
Then you have the other side, you have Adesanya.
Yeah, you do.
He's a striker.
He's a good grappler too. I feel like a lot of people don't take him down. I think
they can't get to him.
Yeah, they can't get to him. He's too long. He's built to fight. Like, kind of like John Jones. Like, their bodies are just built for
Anderson Silva, the same style. But do you remember Anderson Silva?
Yeah, I remember Anderson Silva. I remember the fight.
Cat.
Yeah. I watched UFC too when I was young. I watched it with my pops and all his friends. So I remember the one big fight that I remember is when he got knocked out and he was doing too much head movement.
Oh,
you know,
Weidman?
Yeah, Weidman cracked him.
Fucked this shit
so,
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that strange the way Weidman, during the fight with Weidman, he broke his leg that way, and then Weidman broke his leg the same way.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Isn't that fucking wild?
Yeah, I thought that was crazy.
Man, same shit. So, as you were watching UFC fights with your pops, who was your favorite fighter at that time and why? Was it a style of fight or a style in front of a camera or what?
My favorite fighter is John Jones, by all means, just because, like, he's even said it, he's a bad person trying to become good, you know. He's gone, like, by all means, I don't think anything that he's done outside the cage is good, you know. I think he agrees to what he did wasn't good, but I believe, like, you know, he's just a chaotic person, and when he gets in that cage, he kind of shows that, like, his chaos out-chaoses everybody.
Okay, exactly, because it's a chaos center. You're trying to fuck each other up.
Yeah.
Right?
Controlled chaos.
Controlled chaos, a beautiful art. You know, a lot of people think the arts, right? Drawing is an art. Sculpting is an art. Ceramics is an art. Singing, playing music is an art. I think, and I'm pretty sure you agree with me. Tell me why. The martial art is probably the most beautiful art ever in this world. Why do you think that is?
Because you get in tune with your body, you know? Like, every art, you know, has a beauty in it, but I feel like martial arts, it gives you in tune with your body. You learn things about your body that you'd never realize was capable, or the mental fortitude as well, like where you're going in, whether it's jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, you know, kickboxing, wrestling, you're going in, you're getting beat thousands of times. Correct. You have to be able to go in
enjoying it.
Yeah, and keep
enjoying
exactly,
it.
keep enjoying it, and then go back to it. You
People
know,
don't get it. It's like you enjoy losing every single day in training. That's part of what training is.
Yeah,
understand it. Get your ass whooped, and you come back the next day.
Yeah,
it's just fun.
But beyond enjoying it is the ability to come back.
Yeah, that's the mental
you're able
part,
to come back from defeat. Yeah,
come back.
That's what makes it grow.
Do you have any defeats yet on your record?
No, right now I'm 3-0.
Nice.
I have defeats.
Undefeated.
Yeah, undefeated. But as of right now, I have losses. You know, whether it's in life, whether it's in training. Yeah. So by all means, I don't believe me as being undefeated. I'm undefeated in MMA, yes, but not. I've lost plenty of times in jiu-jitsu tournaments.
Of course.
I've lost plenty of times at rounds. You know, I've lost at life. You know, so I believe I focus on those losses and I work my ass off and I make sure these people that whoever I'm fighting, they definitely won't outwork me. So when we get in that octagon, I won't lose.
Let me ask you a real manly question right here, right? So life as a man is not easy, right? So you have a full-time job.
Yeah.
And you're a full-time fighter. How many hours do you work a week on your job? And then how many hours do you put in on your art?
On my job, I work about 60 hours a week.
60 hours a week.
And then
Pay attention.
So for my jiu-jitsu and training, I don't really know how to, I've never really calculated it, but pretty much my scheduled regimen is I go to work from 7 to about like 4:30, and then from there I go run, whether it's like 5 miles, 6 miles, or I do like calisthenics, like push-ups, you know, because I don't really have time to go to the gym as much. And then from there I'll go train, and I'll go train from 6 to about 8:30, 9. Then after that, just go back home, eat, just go to sleep, shower.
So right now you're only training once a week during the week? You're not
No. That was just like an example of like the regimen.
Okay.
But no, I train Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday is my day off, and then Saturday, and then Sunday I take a rest too. I've had my first fight camp. I realized that like having only one rest day, it might be beneficial to you, but it also could be more harmful to you. Right. I felt more drained on my first fight. Like I was kept going. So on my rest days, I really learned to. I'm still learning. You know, I haven't mastered it yet, but I'm learning to decompress. You know, really not think about fighting. Really just enjoy life at home. You know, just hang out with my girl. Whether it's just hanging around family, doing whatever. Just try to keep my mind off of that, and then once I go back, bam, right back to it.
And what do you like to do for fun? Like, really, what makes you laugh? What makes you smile? Apart from fighting, you know, that's mad fun. I understand it because we all do it here. Everyone in this room does it. But apart from fighting, what makes you laugh? What do you really enjoy?
Man, beats me. You know, I just like shooting the shit. Pretty much. Like, I'm a really laid back person. I don't go to parties. Like I told you guys before, I only got two I wouldn't even consider them friends or brothers to me. You know, I don't got no friends. I got brothers. You know, so one of them's he's in the Marines. You know, right now he's deployed in Australia.
Shit, I'm a Marine too.
Yeah, sick,
retired, brother.
Yeah, and then I got the other one. He's in the electrician union. So I surround myself with people that are willing to succeed. So I just like hanging out, man. I like talking. You know, I like manifesting. I like what makes me laugh. You know, I love watching UFC fights. You know,
Yeah,
so
me too.
I watch those. I have fun with that. You know, I'm a really simple person. I'll play video games here and there too. You know, I like a little bit of Warzone. You know, to relax. But
give these guys some gems. Talk about that manifesting, because I get it, but talk about it. How do you manifest? What's your process to manifest?
Dude, manifest is crazy. That's what I believe in. For me, I'm not a religious person to like any type of religion other than spirituality. Like I believe in like what you have, like I believe in crystals. I believe in spirit. I believe in like energy. I believe in manifesting. I believe in all that. Like meditation. Yeah. I meditate. But what manifest.
Get it out, son.
Yeah,
Get it
fuck,
out,
dude.
It'll come out.
Fuck, say it again. Manifestation, right? So like what I'll do, manifesting. So I have a journal, right? So I'll also journal. Yeah. I'll write what I believe, you know, and John Jones has said it too, you know, like a person that I look up to. He says, you know, oh no, it wasn't John Jones. Fuck, let me scratch that. You feel me? It was
John Jones. You didn't say this shit, John Jones.
It was Connor. Connor said, you know, if you don't quote me, but he's saying something along the lines like, if you see it in here and you have the courage to speak it, it will become true. You know. Right. So that's what I believe. You know, I'll look at my face in the mirror. I'll say it. You know, I'll say it in front of everybody. I will be a UFC world champion. Awesome. You know, I believe it, heart. You know,
believe it, bro.
So I manifest it. I keep doing it, and I just keep believing. You know, there's gonna be doubters. There's gonna be haters, but I believe it's if
fuel.
You believe in yourself,
fuel,
you'll do whatever you want to do.
Those haters are just fuel, man.
You're working hard at it too. It's not like you just saying and not doing anything. You're
exactly.
Putting in the hours. You know, like you were saying, 60 hours of work, but then you're going to the gym. Like 2 hours a day. It's nonstop. Yeah.
I have like big sacrifice. You know, like I don't really do much. I don't really do nothing, and I've told my girl this. She's on board with it. I've told my coaches, as soon as I get that big money fight, I'll quit this job. For me, it's not about money. Like how we were talking about before, like, you know, people fight for money. I want to fight for legacy. You know, that's what I want. Money will come. I believe I manifest that too. Money will come. It'll always come. But legacy will stay forever. I want my name. I want to be the first generation fighter in my family. I want to be the first generation fighter in Newark, California. I want to push to be the best person I can ever be. I want to fight. I want to help people. I want to help people in every single way, from people getting bullied, from people like, you know, struggling with depression, suicidal thoughts, from people being like, you know, lost fathers, lost mothers. You know, I want to help in every single way I can.
That's awesome. You have your mom and your dad too?
Yeah, I have my mom. You know, my mom's there. You know, she's working. I have my pops too. You know, so yeah.
Right on. Who do you think is more of an influence on your life, your mother or your father, as far as for fighting?
So
for succeeding.
I guess we'll make it, you know, like real known. Like I consider my stepdad my pops. So when I refer to my pops, it's always my stepdad. You know, so for my pops, he's the one that really brought me into fighting. You know, so when I was young, I was kind of
UFC fights.
Yeah. As when I was young, I was bullied a lot. You know, I was always small because I came from a really poor family. You know, to where like I didn't get clothes. You know, I had to wear my older brother's clothes. They were always big. You know, I wasn't taught hygiene as a kid. You know, I would get no haircuts. You know, with just the basic things as a human kid needs. I didn't receive to the potential. Poorness. You know.
Were you raised here in?
I was born in Hayward.
Okay.
I was raised in Newark for most of my life. Then I moved up north to a city called Shasta Lake. Okay. So I lived up in Shasta Lake for about 4 years. And then I moved back here.
That's way up north,
Yeah, way up north.
Nice redwood
yeah,
forest.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had any color up there, bro.
yeah, it's really colorful up there, but there's a lot of drugs up there, a lot of nothing to do. Color. Oh, color? No, they don't. They don't. Yeah, they don't. It's
get with it, young man. Get with it.
Yeah, dude, my bad, dude. But there's a lot of white folks, big ones too, you know. So it's like.
Mountain folk. The mountain folk come down,
Yeah, there's the big boys up there, but that's. Shasta Lake was also where I was introduced to my indigenous culture, you know. So that's why when you see every time I weigh in till the day I become a UFC world champ, I'll always wear my indigenous stuff. I'll wear my choker, I'll wear my necklace, and then eventually
choker and non-kinky weight. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he choked out his opponent very well.
We'll talk about
yeah.
other things, but it's okay, Cristobal. Mr. Kinky over there.
You always go kinky. Wait to do this to me.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I kind of forgot what we were talking about.
Yeah,
but
yeah, kinky shit got you.
Yeah.
So your lady, how long you been with your lady, and how does she support you? Because we want to know, we talk about fighters and situations, and sometimes, I'll tell you what, I met a bunch of fighters that have good girls. Some say, oh, my girl kind of throws me off and this and that. So obviously you're on track, right? You got your shit squared away, your life squared away. You look fucking proper, right?
Yeah, you got a proper haircut now.
Yeah,
that's right.
And so when you talk about your lady, right, obviously she supports you. How did you get her to fall in line to be able to support you? Here's my program. Here's what I want to do. My dear, do this for me. How was the conversation going like that? Because a lot of men have crazy girls.
Yeah.
Especially in MMA, we like chaos.
Toxicas, yeah.
Toxic guys, right? Hey, it's MMA fighters. We like getting punched in the face.
Not only fighters, like toxicas are everywhere, man.
Everywhere, bro. It's like if you're a female, you're toxic automatic almost.
Yeah, but not for
How'd
me.
you get her to fall in line?
Like
help you do
So,
the right
like, yeah,
things.
yeah.
Not, hey, let me do my job. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a fighter. I work.
Well,
I have limited time for you.
Yeah, so I actually I've been with her we've been with each other for pretty close to 3 years. Excuse me. But I didn't have my first fight until I was with her, because, I mean, not to bash on my parents or anything, right?
Much,
No, not to bash on my parents or anything, but they didn't really believe in me,
Oh.
My pops was real, like he was a boxer, He's like,
Why didn't
I would tell him,
you?
because I told him, I want to fight, but he told me, he's like, you don't know if you want to fight. You've never been in a fight. You've never been hit, So everyone's different. When they get hit, you either move into it or you get scared, you back away. So he's more of a realist, My pops and my moms they're realists, They're kind of like,
looking out for
let's
you.
be real, yeah.
They're looking out for you.
Like don't say something and not really, not really know what you're going to get yourself into. Because I've never gotten to a street fight other than like a little like a school one to where
You're missing out, son.
Yeah, well, you're missing out. But a lot of people nowadays they pull guns.
Correct. Now
so
it's different.
they don't even be
I
fighting.
grew up in a different era, bro.
It's different back then. Yeah. Back then you'll fight. Your parents will watch and shit.
Back in the 1920s,
30
it was very
years
different.
ago, 35 years ago, yeah, it was a street thing. It was fun. And you're friends right after.
Yeah, that's how it was. Nowadays it ain't like that.
Yeah,
You'll end up dead after a street fight. So
Correct.
that's why I kind of stay away from. That's why I really don't go out much. I kind of just stay at home.
Correct.
But back to my girl. Yeah, so my pops didn't really believe in me. I told my girl that, yo, at this time I've been training still a lot of jiu-jitsu. I was like, hey, I want to fight. My parents don't believe in me though. She's like, do it. What are you doing? She's like, I believe in you. Like, so she was my first person that's ever really believed in me into fighting. And she said, whatever you need, I'll do it. Just fight. And she believed to me. She's like, she believes still, like, you'll be a UFC world champion. You'll do this. Every one of my fights, she's been there. She's been supportive. And that's a sacrifice that I do with training, is I don't really see her. She doesn't train martial arts. Some people have the benefit of like having their significant other to train. So it's kind of like they're there. You guys kind of see each other. But my girl also works a full-time job. Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
So yeah, it's a big sacrifice, right? So like I'm going to work, I'm coming back home, I'm running, I'm doing my workouts, and then I go train. So I come back home, she's really supportive. She'll have dinner made for me, So I'll go shower, I will eat, then we'll go to bed, and she's really supportive. She's always the one pushing me more. Like when I feel like every fighter, they get kind of like, fuck, dude, like I'm tired, I wanna chill, but she's kind of like, fuck that, go push, you got this, like if I'm gonna say I'm gonna go run 5 miles, I fucking run 6, I go do this, you got this. I go train, go do this, go do that. So she understands it. Like she knew that sacrifice too, where I told her, I said, as soon as I get that fight offer to where it's a good chunk of change, I'll quit this full-time job. And she said, do it. I'll support you. Do whatever you need to do to quit it. And then, so pretty much, she's my number one supporter. She's my best supporter.
Do you think she came into your life automatically like that, or did he kind of coach you into what you needed, or how did that happen?
No, not
a lot of people are that lucky as you.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, for sure. But no, she's older than me, so I'm 20.
Hold up.
What's up?
I like why you kind of start smirking when you start thinking about her.
Yeah,
you were all in love.
Well, because she's
enamorado aquí. Sí. Los ojitos.
Yeah, because she, like, I feel like a real supporter. I've been around a lot of people. Like, I'm still like considered young, right? I'm 22, so a lot of people consider me still a kid. They still consider me young, but I believe it's like you're like what you go through mentally, what you really figure out.
Correct.
But no, when I met her, she's a little bit older than me, so she kind of like was out of that little girl shit. She wasn't like, oh, let's go to the club, let's go do all this bullshit. Yeah. So she was like more of like, about her shit. You know, she's really family orientated. So that's where like she kind of like gets like doesn't really like to go out more. She's like she'd rather hang out with her nieces, you know, or like she'd rather be with her family.
Or what is she?
Yeah, she's she's Mexican. She's also indigenous as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
so that's good too. You know, we got both of our people, but yeah, she's always been on board. To be honest, she's been really supportive. So
she was just game on right from the get go.
From the get go, yeah.
You have to talk to her, nothing like that. You just kind of. She
Nah.
fell in love and sprung on you, and
yeah, I told her I want to fight, you know, and she said fight, and then I said fuck it, let's go, you know. I started going, and then just haven't looked back. And same thing with her. She's like
so
keep pushing.
so coach these guys, right? As far as your enter this conversation, this part of it as a coach, you have a lady at home, gentlemen. This is how you set up the fight week, because also people don't know how fight week is set up. So as you're coming into a fight. I'm just enjoying the fight. I'm a no one. I've seen 2 MMA fights in my life, right?
Yeah.
How does a fighter prepare for this? Living with this lady in a full-time job.
Yeah.
What do you do? Talk about that.
I think honestly, it's really situational. It depends on you and your relationship.
Let's talk about the last fight that I saw you, San Francisco Combat.
Yeah. So the last one.
Shout out to Steve Burnett.
Yeah. Shout out to you
Bad
guys.
Boy.
But so pretty much fight week, you know, I let her know. I always remind her, like, hey, yo, my emotions are kind of go a little bit numb. You know, I'm not gonna be also lovey-dovey with you. And she knows it, she understands it, and I tell her too, you know, like this fight I worked on not being rude, you know, because I realized I don't need to be rude to her if I'm already being emotional. If there's a difference between being a dick to your lady and then just, you know, not showing emotion to your lady. So that's what I worked on this camp was all right. And I told her too, I said, if you feel like I'm being a dick to you, let me know so I can check myself and be like, all right, you know, why am I being a dick? That's for no reason. Other than that, I did really good, you know, same thing, really supportive. I'm doing my weight cut. She helps me, you know, she understood. She was still trying to be lovey, but I'm still like, I still kind of just ignore it, really.
Right, you're on your mission. Yeah. But that's cool that she understands that also. So it's pretty much, because it's a teamwork.
Exactly,
right?
it is,
You're working as a team, you know.
Yeah, you need a village, yeah.
Talk about that, you do need a village. You're lucky you're a great woman, right?
Yeah.
So you're in the background. You're in the back, right before the fight. And you're walking out. How does that feeling feel? What are you feeling right before the walkout? You're like, you're up next. And the coach says, you're up next, son. Get ready, Reno.
I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. That's it. You know, that's what I believe. You know, like I'm back there. You know, there's a lot of fighters back there. It sucks being an amateur because you're like fucking surrounded by everyone.
I
you
saw
know,
that. Like fucking 40 people right there, all stacked together.
Everyone's stretching.
Smart,
Keep winning, son.
And it's hard to really get a good warm up because you know you're about to run into someone else. Like I almost ran into you. Like you were warming up, I was warming up. I was like, oh fuck, you know. Like so, you got to be really aware from your surroundings, but it's like you also want to be in tune, you know. So
He's
and then
pointing
it's like
at big time Benny over here.
Yeah, and then but then it's like you also see people coming back and you see them losing. You know, like one of my teammates, unfortunately, he lost.
Who was your teammate?
Tim.
Tim, you'll be back, Tim.
Yeah, no, for sure. Tim's a fucking dog, man.
Exactly.
Whoever he gets up next, he's gonna get him. So he came back and I kind of knew he lost, but I was kind of like, fuck it, you know, I need to focus on my own shit. Turned up my headphones, you know. But when I get the next call, like I'm next, you know, I tell myself, all right, bro, fuck it, let's kill this motherfucker. He won't beat me. And same thing, like when I'm walking out, I don't really care about the fans in that moment. Like if they have their hands out, I'll slap their hands or whatever. But in that moment, I know
you didn't slap my hand, bro.
I didn't see you, man. I tell you, my fault, bro. I didn't see you, but
he gets emotional on that.
My feelings are still hurt, bro.
See how he gets hurt? Be careful.
Yeah, but so pretty much I'm walking out.
You're walking out, giving everyone a high five. You see me, you say nope.
Nope.
And then
Honestly, I didn't give. Honestly, no one put their hand out. So all right, so no one put their hand out. So it was cool.
So much he ignores me, you didn't even see my hand.
I didn't, man.
You were the only one, and he still ignored you.
Yeah, right. The only one out of everybody put their hand up.
That's it, bro.
But
the only guy still says, "Fuck you, Abel."
Yeah, but no, like I walk out, you know, like I get ready.
You're
and
walking, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, and
take those steps.
Yeah. So
those steps, you know, is when everyone's watching you, right?
Yeah,
those are those steps. Like everyone says, "Oh shit, there he is."
When they open the cage and you have to walk up.
In those steps.
Yeah. What I do is I got it from John Jones, and I saw John Jones and Conor McGregor, man. I don't know, I keep bringing them up. It's like I guess I just kind of I take things from them. Like for example, John Jones, he crawls into the cage, and sometimes he'll crawl to his opponent. And his theory behind it is like, fuck, dude, this crazy motherfucker, bro. He's crawling at me, dude. Why the fuck is he crawling at me, dude? You know? So I see it. I see myself, and this comes from that Conor perspective. Conor feels like himself. He's a chained animal when he's outside the cage, but when he gets in, he's home. So same thing with me. I feel like when I'm not in that cage, I'm chained up. You know, I can't really show who I am. I can't show what I'm capable of. because I have a mouthpiece on me. You know, you see me talk shit. You see me look like I'm cocky. You see me look like I'm all this shit.
I like that shit.
But when I crawl into that cage. As I'm crawling into that cage, I feel these chains getting off of me. I feel that chain on my ankle getting released, that chain on my body getting released, the chain on my neck getting released. And as soon as I stomp in that cage, I'm home. You know, I'm where I'm supposed to be. Like back in the day with my people, you know, they fight. You know, they fight to the death. So I'm like, all right, I'm here.
That's powerful, man. That's very powerful,
That's sick, bro. That's sick. So now, you're in front of your opponent. You're in front of your prey, right? And you're looking straight at him. And you're already mad because he didn't make weight, right? And I'm mad at him too because he didn't fucking show up too. So now it's fucking two of us against this fucking dude, right? Yeah. Now it's two of us against this fucking dude. I'm in there too.
You're in the cage as well.
Yeah. I'm right there with him. I'm like throwing my voodoo shit. Fucking pass out, puto. Not puto, don't beat me up, but you know what I'm saying. And so, fucking boom. You're right there in front of your opponent. You're looking straight at him. What are you thinking? You're like seconds before you guys unleash him.
Dude, I'm talking to him. I'm looking at him. I'm talking to him, dude. I'm looking at him. I'm making eye contact with him. He don't want to look at me. I'm looking at him. I'm gonna fucking beat you. I'm gonna kill you. You're not gonna beat me. I'm gonna fucking kill you right now. I tell him too. This is my fucking home. You won't fucking beat me. And then I walk back and forth. And even the ref that was right there. I don't know who it was, but he was like, "Hey, bro, he's fucking scared of you, man. He's scared, man." I wanted to laugh because I was like, "Fuck, dude, why would you say that?" But I'm like, "Yeah." I just took it. I ran with it. I was like, "Yeah, this motherfucker is scared of me." You know?
The referee told you that?
Yeah. I heard the ref.
You need that ref.
I was like, "I need you in my corner, man."
Exactly. Yeah. Breaks your concentration though.
Yeah.
It makes you want to laugh.
Yeah, and
I
that
never
was
heard
it.
some shit like that. A bunch of people, but that's some shit. Hey, I think your opponent's scared of you.
I was like, it's cool. I think some of these refs, I think they fuck with me because even when that whole thing went off after the fight,
he grabbed you, fucking threw you against the wall, against the fence.
Yeah, dude. Hey, I thought that ref was a little bit weaker, but turns out I couldn't get the fuck out. You know, he was pretty fucking strong.
Yeah, I saw that.
But even when I made that little announcement, I was like, hey, this fool was so fucking. The reason why I explained why I was so upset, I was like, he was over 10 pounds off. Because SF Combat, I'm gonna have to dog on y'all real quick.
Nah, don't dog him up.
Nah, they didn't announce that he was more than 135. They announced that 135 so and so, 135 so and so when he wasn't no 135.
In the announcement itself.
Yeah, in the announcement itself.
Maybe they didn't get the message.
No,
fucked up.
They got the message. They got the message.
Trying to cover up for my boys.
Yeah, nah, they got the fucking message, bro. So that's where I was like, I announced it, and that's when the crowd kind of was like, oh, like it was like half and half. You know, some of them still weren't fucking with me. I don't care.
I was.
Some of them were cool. Yeah, right. You was the half that really was. So once I announced it was cool. Then as I was walking out, one of the refs came up to me. He's like, hey, bro, I didn't know he was off by 10 pounds. Fuck that dude, bro. Fuck him, bro. I'm with you on this one.
So he fucking makes you laugh and then he joins our gang?
Yeah, that was a different ref.
Oh.
So
we got all the refs. We got all the refs. The other gang member on your side.
Shit.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, oh, cool, you know. So, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
And then you're walking out, right, with your coaches. You're walking out. What's the feeling?
No, but before you jump in, I really want you to get into the tactics of beating him because he really took you down. There was a moment he took you down and you finished him with a triangle choke.
Yeah.
And it seemed like you had control the whole time, even though you were on your back. Yeah. Yeah. What did you? Because you were explaining to me earlier when we're having in the back, your adjustment you did from your previous fight to this one. Yeah.
Flavio Meyer Jiu-Jitsu, man. You know, that's the best. It's the best Jiu-Jitsu in the world, man. I'll stand by it and scream on it, bro. Flavio Meyer Jiu-Jitsu. But it was pretty much like something like it's Flavio's favorite move too. Like he was so hyped when I got him with the triangle because that's like his signature move. So then I went to go shoot, and my initial perspective was my coaches wanted me to take him to the ground and just fucking take his neck home with me. Yeah. But I wanted to go to the cage and I wanted to like do some damage. But he decided to drop down, and then he went to go take me down.
I think he surrendered.
Yeah.
I think from remembering the fight, I think he just kind of surrendered.
Yeah,
he was
right.
like, this guy's too fucking amped.
Yeah,
he's gonna fucking hit me too much.
Yeah, so then he went to go take me down. Again, that's something that I'm gonna fix for my next fight. I shouldn't be getting taken down. You know, I've been working a lot of wrestling with Peter. He's a professional fighter from Smash as well. So we've been working a lot of wrestling. And, you know, he shouldn't have taken me down. So that's my mistake. You know, I made mistakes in that fight. Even though it was still under a minute, I made mistakes.
Did your body kind of want to go down when you were in that moment?
Because of jiu-jitsu.
Same thing. When me and this motherfucker grapple and fucking fight, I always want to fall back. And, you know, it's just a natural thing, right?
Yeah.
I feel you on that. So
Yeah, but going back to your thing where he takes me down, right? And then at that moment when we're down, we're kind of next to the cage, and my left foot was stuck, so I couldn't really get full guard. And I was just like, when I had him down, I just breathed. I'm sorry, you know, because I think some fighters.
You told him I'm sorry?
Fuck no, dude. Hell no.
Lo siento mucho. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, right, dude. I don't really talk. Like I've had my past fight before this. The dude was talking shit to me while we were fighting. Yeah, I can tell you about that after, dude. But so with this guy, so I got him. I ended up getting my leg free. I got full guard, and then, dude, just like I was telling you, dude, the most basic. Like you learn this as a white belt. You know, as a white belt, when you're learning like how to throw up a triangle, you're stuffing the whatever arm you want to stuff. You grab it, wrist control, stuff it, throw your hips up.
Right. Yeah,
by book, bro. You could write it down what I did.
Yeah, that's what they teach you the first time they teach you triangle choke. That's what you do. Yeah.
So I go. What I also believe, you know, Flavio and the jiu-jitsu I told you I learned self-defense.
Yeah.
Fundamentals will beat style.
Correct.
You know, so like I noticed, like I'll go to, like we were at Tactica. We went to House. I'm beating House jiu-jitsu. I've gone to other gyms. I've gone to hundreds of open mats where different gyms that they go, and I'm beating them. I'm beating everyone because it's like they're fundamentals. I'm not trying new things. I'm not trying I'm not trying like little flying like De La Rivas or like spider guard or any like none of that. I stick to really just basic like just guard, half guard, side control, mount, back, the real simple things.
Simple shit works.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I do also.
And the more you sharpen it, the better you get, the more lethal it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Understand the right moves. Tell me about that other fight when the dude was talking shit to you during the fight.
Yeah. Oh, so that was
all these crazy fights, bro.
Yeah, dude. All my fights have been pretty hectic. Yeah. So I'm a hectic person, man. Like I told you, I'm from Newark, California, man. Yeah. I'm not from no San Jose, man. I'm from Newark. You know, a lot of people don't know Newark, but people that are from Newark, you know, like we come with a bang. So
it's the armpit of the Bay Area. Yes or no?
I don't know how the fuck.
You already said the first one, yeah. Got him.
All right, so pretty much with that second fight, what happened? I was going against this guy. His name's Jacinth Baker. So
from where?
He's from Reno.
Okay.
Yeah, so he came. This was in Santa Cruz. We went, and that was when I was telling you guys about. I shot up an arm bar, and then he picked me up because I didn't hook his leg, and he slammed me on my head. So, yeah, he got me pretty good because I made that really bad. I would have finished him, and that would have been underneath 30 seconds. You know, if I would have hooked his leg. I didn't hook his leg, and it was a pretty bad air. He slammed me on my head, and then we scramble. And then
that was your first fight?
That was my second fight.
Second fight, okay.
And then we ended up getting at the end of the first round, we ended up getting close to the cage, and then my coaches say, hey, 10 seconds left. So then I just started, I'm like, fuck, you know, just let me. I hit him, and I try to go for an armbar, and then he stacks me, and he pulls out, and then he's like I'm kind of on my back, and he's kind of over the top of me, and the bell rings. He comes up, he's like, yeah, what now, motherfucker? What now? And I'm like, I don't say anything because I'm like, all right. Talking's before the fight. We're in the fight. Cool. I just look at him in my head, take a mental note. Like, all right, motherfucker. Like, you know, it's all right. So then we go the second time. I shoot a double leg. Again, you know, I messed up on that double leg. I shot the double leg, and when you shoot the double leg, you know, you wanna go for the knees, right? Yep. When you go and turn that corner. I shot up and I threw around his hips. I noticed he has longer legs, so when he was basing out, I hooked his leg and I still took him down. And then I ended up getting mount, and then I TKO'd him from mount. Damn. And then I was like, what now, bitch? I was like, what's up, bitch? I was like, you want to talk all that shit? He's like a rapper too, you know, like he makes songs and shit. I was like, remember, you're a fucking rapper. You ain't about this fucking life, bitch. Man. I was like, go back to where the fuck you from. And then he's all just looking at me fucking. There's like a picture you can find. He's all has his hands on his fucking thighs, looking down, fucking.
Another broke.
Yeah, but his whole family thought he won the fight, dude. And I don't know how, bro. Like on the YouTube, if you look it up on YouTube, his comments, his whole family's like, early stoppage. Reno really lost that fight. Jacinth, you won. I'm like, bro, fuck it, dude. I don't care, dude. You know, you see it on video, man.
So 2 times. The last 2 fights.
But then, so for this time you hooked his leg.
Yeah. So this time I was like, I'm not fucking getting slammed in my head because it hurt. You know, you get something in your head, you fucking bam, dude.
Just from what you're describing,
pain's a good teacher.
Just from what you're describing your fights, the first 30 seconds, both times you went on your back. Do you like that? Are you gonna correct that or leave it as is? Because you won both fights.
Yeah, my first.
But you get scouted.
So I won my first fight off my back. Okay. Second fight I won off a mount. Third fight, I went off my back.
Okay.
So my third fight, I hooked his leg because I'm not getting fucking slammed again. That shit hurt. So I hooked his leg, and then he
You
fell.
don't like it?
Hell no, dude. Fuck that, dude. I'd rather
He
like,
does the slamming. That's how it works.
Yeah, dude. I'd rather do the slamming, like Compton, bro. Compton, like he he gained me up. He's like, hey, dude, because I told him I was like, I want to sit there and bang with someone, because I know I have a chin, I'm in the gym, I know I could take a hit, I know I could give one. But he's like, dude, fuck that. Why are you want to get CTE for? Your grappling is really good. Do what you're good at. And I'm like, you fucking right, bro. Fuck the CTE, bro. Let me take these guys down and just maul them. Yeah. So I hook his leg, right? Fucking, he falls over, and then that's when I readjusted, because when I had the triangle at first, it was on my ankle. So I readjusted. I grabbed my shin, and then I pulled it deeper. Yeah. And I knew, I was like, he's either gonna tap or go to sleep.
How do you think you're gonna win your next fight? And when is your next fight? And how do you think you're gonna win?
My next fight, we're not too sure yet. Okay. We're still thinking about it. It might be November, October. We're not too sure.
For San Francisco Combat or for who?
Possibly, or maybe Dragon House, or
okay.
Maybe another promotion. We haven't haven't really.
Where's Dragon House out of?
San Francisco.
They fight in San Francisco? Or?
Well, I don't know. I'm not from San Francisco, but wherever the Cow Palace is,
okay.
I think it's in San Francisco. Yeah.
Dragon House.
And that one's more of like a little Street Fighter one too. Like the production. I'm not fucking dogging on y'all, but I heard the production is not too swell. I heard like there's not a lot of lights. It kind of looks like Never Back Down.
We'll help you
like
out.
Never Back Down, where they're like it's like all in the little corner.
Don't matter. A fight's a fight.
Yeah, that's how I see it. So that one's cool. That one's also day before weigh-ins. So I would enjoy that one as well.
Yeah, that's cool. Awesome.
But yeah.
Well, brother, we enjoyed you. Yeah. Hopefully the wisdom is out to the young fighters.
Where can we find you?
You guys can find me on my Instagram. It's pretty much all I got. It's reno.nwk. I'm on there. I try to post as much as possible. But yeah, till then I'm just training.
Speaking some wisdom, brother. We appreciate you. So reno.nwk. Find him, follow him, watch his fights. Future UFC fighter. He's calling it. Watch him live his life. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Thanks
Appreciate
for being with us.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Yeah, thank you.
Well done, brother.